Today is my day. Win the day. Win your best life. Every morning when you open your eyes, life gives you a gift. The gift of a brand new day. The question is, what will you do with it? Will you let it slip away, or will you claim it as your own? This moment, this day is yours. And if you can win today, you can win your life. Every day is a fresh opportunity. Success is built one day at a time. Every day is a fresh opportunity. Success is built one day at a time. This is a truth that many people understand intellectually, yet they often fail to live by. Too many of us become trapped in the belief that life will change someday in the distant future, when the perfect moment arrives, when all the conditions align, or when circumstances magically improve. But life is not transformed in some faraway future. It is transformed in the present, in the way you decide to live today. Each day is like a blank page, and what you write on it determines the story of your life. When you wake up in the morning, you are given a chance to start again. Yesterday may have been filled with mistakes, setbacks, or wasted time, but today is not yesterday. Today is new, untouched, and ready for you to shape. The most powerful people in the world, those who live with clarity and purpose, are not those who wait for tomorrow to bring them something better. They are the ones who take what is in front of them today and make the most of it. They know that success is not a single event, but the result of many small, consistent victories. Think of success like a wall being built. You cannot build the entire structure in a single day. What you can do is lay down one strong brick with care and focus. Tomorrow, you add another. The next day, another. Over time, those bricks form something solid and unshakable. But if you neglect today's brick, the wall weakens. If you lay it carelessly, the structure loses strength. That is why every single day matters. Every day is a building block for your future. There is an illusion that one big action, one grand moment, will suddenly change everything. People wait for opportunities to fall into their laps, or they expect motivation to strike like lightning. But in reality, life rewards discipline, not chance. It is the small daily habits, reading instead of scrolling, exercising instead of sleeping and working, instead of procrastinating, that shape who you become. Success is not an overnight miracle. It is the result of stacking good days on top of one another until they create momentum. Every day also carries the potential for transformation. If you woke up feeling defeated, you can choose to shift your mindset before the day ends. If you made mistakes yesterday, you can correct them today. If you feel lost, you can use today to reflect and find a clearer direction. That is the beauty of time. It constantly offers you the chance to reset. You don't have to wait until next month, next year, or the next stage of your life. You can begin now. But to make the most of each day, you must be intentional. Too often people drift through their routines without awareness, allowing distractions, doubts, and excuses to steal their time. Hours pass, and they look back wondering where the day went. To win today, you must claim it from the start. Set your focus in the morning. Decide what matters most. Guard your energy from negativity and waste. Treat today as if it is the only day you have, because in truth, it is. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow is not promised, and today is all you truly own. When you approach life this way, even small actions become powerful. A single workout is no longer just exercise. It is a declaration that you are investing in your health. Reading a few pages of a book is no longer just leisure. It is you sharpening your mind. Writing down your goals is no longer a simple task. It is you taking command of your future. Each small step may seem insignificant, but together they create the momentum that carries you forward. Success also requires patience. You may not see results after one day of discipline, or even after a week. But if you remain consistent, if you treat every day as a chance to improve by even 1%, the compound effect will be extraordinary. Just as water shapes stone through persistence, your daily choices shape your life. It may be slow, it may be quiet, but it is unstoppable. Every day is also a test of commitment. Will you stay true to the vision you have for yourself, or will you let comfort and excuses win? Winning today means making choices that align with your higher self, not your weaker impulses. It means doing what must be done, even when you don't feel like it. Over time, these choices define you. They separate the person who dreams of success from the person who actually achieves it. So do not underestimate the power of today. Do not wait for a perfect future. Do not waste the gift that is right in front of you. Treat each day as a precious opportunity to grow, to act, to create, to love, to learn. If you can win today, and then win tomorrow, and then keep winning the days that follow, you will find yourself living a life you once thought was out of reach. Your best life is not waiting for you somewhere far away. It is hidden inside the days you live, one after the other. Success is built one day at a time, and today is your chance to lay another strong brick. Make it count. Small daily victories create momentum and long-term transformation. Small daily victories create momentum and long-term transformation. This truth may sound simple, but it holds the key to every great achievement in human history. Too often people focus only on the end result, the big breakthrough, the dream career, the successful business, the strong body, the peaceful mind, without recognizing that all of these outcomes are built from the smallest of steps taken consistently over time. A victory does not need to be huge to be powerful. Even the tiniest wins, repeated day after day, can create momentum so strong that it carries you into a future you never thought possible. Momentum is not born in grand moments of inspiration. It is born in the ordinary choices of daily life. When you wake up early instead of pressing snooze, that is a victory. When you exercise for 20 minutes, even though you didn't feel like it, that is a victory. When you choose to read a few pages of a book instead of wasting an hour scrolling aimlessly, that is a victory. These actions might feel small in the moment, but they are not insignificant. They are proof that you can control your behavior, that you can discipline your mind, and that you are capable of choosing growth over comfort. The beauty of small victories is that they compound. One win today makes it easier to win tomorrow. Each decision you make in alignment with your goals builds strength and confidence. Before you know it, what once felt difficult becomes natural. For example, someone who starts by walking for 10 minutes a day might soon find themselves running for 30. Someone who begins by saving a small amount of money regularly eventually builds financial stability. Someone who commits to writing a single page each morning may one day finish a book. The transformation comes not from one massive effort, but from the unstoppable force of consistent, small victories. Consider the way momentum works in nature. A river does not carve valleys through mountains overnight. It flows persistently, day after day, until the rock gives way. In the same way, the small victories you achieve every day chip away at resistance, fear, and doubt, until your path becomes clear and unstoppable. At first, progress might seem invisible. You may wonder if your efforts are even making a difference. But over time, the momentum becomes undeniable. Each win makes you stronger, sharper, and more resilient. Small victories also reshape your identity. Every time you follow through on a promise to yourself, you reinforce the belief that you are someone who takes action, someone who does not quit, someone who is capable of change. Identity is powerful because it influences behavior. If you see yourself as weak, lazy, or incapable, you will act accordingly. But if you begin to see yourself as disciplined, strong, and consistent, you will live up to that belief. Your daily wins become evidence of who you are becoming, and soon your self-image aligns with your desired future. There will be days when motivation is absent, when you feel tired, unproductive, or uninspired. On these days, the temptation to skip your small victories is strong. But these are the days when your actions matter the most. Doing something small, even when it feels insignificant, keeps the chain unbroken. It prevents momentum from dying. Progress is rarely about perfection. It is about persistence. You do not need to win the entire battle today. You only need to win enough to stay in motion. The danger many people fall into is underestimating small actions. They convince themselves that skipping one workout, one study session, or one discipline choice does not matter. But each time you skip, you train your mind to accept excuses. Just as consistency builds strength, inconsistency builds weakness. That is why small victories are not optional. They are essential. They are the foundation upon which your future is built. Over months and years, these little wins accumulate into something extraordinary. You may not notice the progress each day, but when you look back, you realize how far you have come. What started as a few minutes of discipline becomes a lifestyle. What began as small improvements in health, finances, or learning becomes a complete transformation. You have momentum on your side, and once momentum is established, it is difficult to stop. Transformation is not a sudden event. It is a process. You cannot change your life in one leap, but you can change it one step at a time. Each step, each victory, each decision adds up. If you continue to collect these small wins, they will eventually carry you into a future so different from your present that you will barely recognize yourself. The person you become will be the result of thousands of moments where you chose discipline, focus, and growth. So do not wait for something big to happen before you take pride in your progress. Celebrate the small victories. Acknowledge them. Let them remind you that you are moving forward, even if the pace feels slow. Success is not about speed. It is about direction. As long as you are winning the small battles each day, you are on the path to long-term transformation. And when you look back years from now, you will realize that the life you dreamed of was built not by a single action, but by the countless small victories you won along the way. Your best life is not found in the future, but created in the present. Your best life is not found in the future, but created in the present. Many people spend their entire lives chasing a vision of happiness and fulfillment that always seems just out of reach. They convince themselves that once they get the promotion, once they earn enough money, once they move to a new place, or once the right person comes along, then life will finally be what they dreamed it could be. But this mindset traps them in a cycle of waiting, always pushing through living into the distance. The truth is that the best version of your life is not waiting for you somewhere far away. It is being built right now in the choices you make and the way you show up in this moment. Every breath you take is an opportunity to create. You create through your actions, your words, and even your thoughts. If you are constantly focused on what may or may not happen in the future, you miss the gift of today. The present moment is the only reality you truly have. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow is not guaranteed, but right now is yours. What you do with it determines the quality of your life. The present is where change happens, where habits are formed, and where joy can be experienced. If you wait for the future to bring happiness, you will always be waiting. Consider how often people say things like, "I'll start taking care of myself after this project is finished," or "I'll be happier once I buy that house," or "I'll feel at peace when I retire." Each of these statements places happiness somewhere beyond reach, as though it is a reward to be claimed only after certain conditions are met. But life is unpredictable, and tomorrow is never promised. The only guarantee you have is today. If you are always postponing happiness, you risk never experiencing it at all. Creating your best life in the present does not mean ignoring the future. It means recognizing that the future is simply the accumulation of countless todays. The person you become a year from now is shaped by the choices you make each day leading up to it. If you want a healthier body in the future, you create it now by choosing to move, to eat well, to rest properly. If you want a successful career, you create it now by learning, by practicing discipline, by showing up fully to your work. If you want peace and fulfillment, you create it now by cultivating gratitude, by practicing stillness, and by refusing to let fear dominate your mind. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is learning to live with intention. Living with intention. Living with intention means treating each day as a chance to create something meaningful, instead of letting it slip away unconsciously. It means waking up and asking yourself, what can I do today that moves me closer to the person I want to be? It means realizing that your actions, no matter how small, are seeds being planted. Some of them will bloom quickly, others will take years, but every seed matters. The present moment is also where joy is found. Many people believe joy will only come when their goals are achieved. But life is not only about reaching destinations. It is about the journey. If you are constantly chasing, constantly rushing to the next milestone, you may arrive at your goals and still feel empty because you never learn to enjoy the process. Your best life is not a distant prize. It is the feeling of alignment and fulfillment you experience when you live fully now. It is the ability to laugh deeply, to love freely, to grow courageously, and to appreciate the beauty around you today. Of course, building your best life in the present requires courage. It requires you to stop hiding behind excuses and start taking action. It requires you to silence the voice that says, "Not yet," and replace it with "now." The mind often resists the present because it is easier to fantasize about a perfect future than to do the work today. But true growth is never about what you plan to do. It is about what you actually do. You don't need to have the entire path figured out. You only need to take the next step, right here, right now. Living this way creates a powerful ripple effect. When you take full ownership of today, your actions influence tomorrow in ways you can't always predict. You may meet someone who changes your path. You may discover a new strength within yourself. You may realize that what you thought was impossible is actually within your reach. The present moment is the seedbed of transformation. It is where breakthroughs are born, not by accident, but by the intentional effort you put in right now. Your best life is not an object to be found. It is a masterpiece to be created. You are the artist, and today is your canvas. If you waste it, the canvas remains blank. If you paint with intention, with boldness, with love, then piece by piece, day by day, you will look back and see that you created something beautiful. It may not be perfect, and it may not always be easy, but it will be real, and it will be yours. So stop waiting for a future that may never come. Stop telling yourself that tomorrow will be the day you finally start living. Begin now. Make today the day you speak kindly, the day you take action, the day you grow stronger, the day you choose joy. Your best life is not found in the future. It is created in the present, and the present is calling you to claim it. Winning today means choosing discipline, clarity, and persistence over excuses. Winning today means choosing discipline, clarity, and persistence over excuses. It is easy to dream about success, but dreams alone do not shape reality. What defines your life is not what you hope for, but what you actually do with the time and energy given to you each day. Every single day presents you with a choice. Either you rise with focus and determination, or you give in to the comfort of excuses and let another day slip away. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who remain stagnant is not luck or talent. It is the willingness to win the day by mastering themselves. Discipline is the foundation of winning today. Without discipline, good intentions fade quickly. Discipline is the ability to do what must be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It is waking up early when your body begs for more sleep. It is training your mind and body when laziness whispers in your ear. It is choosing the long-term reward over the short-term comfort. Discipline does not make life easier in the moment, but it makes your future stronger, brighter, and more fulfilling. When you practice discipline daily, it becomes part of your character, and winning each day becomes natural instead of forced. Clarity is equally essential. Many people waste their days not because they lack effort, but because they lack direction. They scatter their energy across distractions, chasing what does not matter, and then wonder why they feel unfulfilled. To win the day, you must first be clear about what matters most. What is the one thing that, if accomplished today, will move you closer to your goals? When you are clear about your priorities, your actions align with your vision. Clarity cuts through the noise of life. It gives you the ability to say no to distractions, no to meaningless activity, and yes to the steps that truly matter. Persistence is the fuel that carries you through resistance. Even with discipline and clarity, challenges will come. There will be setbacks, failures, and disappointments. Without persistence, these obstacles will crush your momentum. But persistence transforms obstacles into stepping stones. It is the refusal to quit when things get difficult. It is the willingness to try again after failure. It is the strength to endure discomfort and keep moving forward no matter how long it takes. Persistence is what allows small daily actions to turn into great victories over time. Excuses are the enemy of all three: discipline, clarity, and persistence. Excuses disguise themselves as logic, but in truth, they are lies we tell ourselves to avoid responsibility. I don't have enough time. I'm too tired. I'll start tomorrow. These words may bring temporary comfort, but they steal your future. Every time you choose an excuse, you give away your power to grow. Excuses may protect your comfort, but they destroy your potential. Winning today requires rejecting excuses and choosing action instead. The moment you replace excuses with discipline, everything begins to change. You no longer waste energy on justifying your inaction. You channel it into progress. The moment you replace confusion with clarity, you stop chasing meaningless things and start moving directly toward your vision. And the moment you replace quitting with persistence, you become unstoppable. Life may slow you down, but it cannot break you. With these three qualities, you win the day. And when you win enough days, you win your life. Consider how powerful one day can be when lived with discipline, clarity, and persistence. Imagine waking up and immediately focusing your mind on gratitude and purpose instead of scrolling aimlessly. Imagine exercising your body to build strength and energy, even when you didn't feel like it. Imagine tackling your most important task first, refusing to let distractions take over. Imagine pushing through challenges with determination instead of complaining about them. That single day, lived fully, would leave you stronger, sharper, and more alive than the day before. Now imagine stringing together days like that, one after another. The transformation would be undeniable. Winning the day does not mean being perfect. It does not mean achieving everything at once. It means doing the best with what you have. It means making progress, even if it is small. It means ending the day knowing you moved forward instead of standing still. The more days you win, the more momentum you build, and momentum is what carries you through seasons of doubt or difficulty. At the end of your life, it will not be the excuses you remember. It will be the moments when you pushed past resistance, when you chose discipline over laziness, when you acted with clarity instead of drifting, and when you persisted despite hardship. These are the moments that shape character, and they are built one day at a time. Winning today is about claiming responsibility for your life now, not later. It is about proving to yourself that you are stronger than your doubts, more capable than your fears, and more determined than your excuses. Discipline sharpens you, clarity guides you, and persistence carries you. Together they make you unstoppable. So as the sun rises and another day is given to you, make the choice. Do not waste it on comfort, fear, or excuses. Stand firm, act with discipline, move with clarity, and endure with persistence. Win this day and tomorrow. Win, keep stacking those victories until they become the story of your life. Because in the end, success is not about winning once. It is about choosing again and again to win today. Consistently winning each day leads to an unshakable foundation for your best life. Consistently winning each day leads to an unshakable foundation for your best life. The life you dream of, the one filled with strength, peace, achievement, and fulfillment, is not built in one dramatic moment. It is not created through a single act of willpower or a single breakthrough. It is constructed brick by brick, day by day, through the choices you make consistently. Each day you win is like adding another stone to the foundation of your life, and the stronger and steadier that foundation becomes, the more unshakable your future will be. Think of life as a structure. If the foundation is weak, no matter how beautiful the walls or how impressive the roof, the entire building will collapse when pressure comes. But if the foundation is solid, it can withstand storms, earthquakes, and time itself. In the same way, your daily victories form the foundation for your character, your habits, and your destiny. Winning today may seem small in the moment, but when repeated consistently, it creates a life that cannot be shaken by failure, doubt, or adversity. Consistency is the hidden power behind greatness. Anyone can be disciplined for a single day, focused for a week, or motivated for a short burst of time. But the ones who truly transform their lives are those who show up every day, no matter what. They do not let feelings dictate their actions. They do not allow setbacks to erase their progress. They understand that life rewards the consistent far more than it rewards the occasional. It is not about doing everything perfectly once. It is about doing the right things consistently until they become who you are. Winning each day does not require extraordinary effort. It requires commitment to small, meaningful actions repeated faithfully. Waking up early, training your body, feeding your mind with knowledge, practicing gratitude, working on your goals, These habits may not feel like grand victories at first, but they accumulate into extraordinary results. Over time, they become so ingrained in your life that they no longer require massive effort. They become natural, automatic, part of your very identity. That is the power of consistency. It takes what was once difficult and turns it into a way of being. When you live this way, challenges lose their power over you. Life will always bring obstacles, stress, doubt, failure, criticism, unexpected changes. But when you have built a strong foundation through daily victories, you do not crumble under pressure. Instead, you stand firm. You may bend, but you do not break. The storms of life cannot wash away what you have built brick by brick, day after day. This is what it means to live unshakably. Not that you avoid hardship, but that hardship cannot destroy you. Consistency also creates trust, both with yourself and with others. When you consistently win the day, you begin to trust yourself to follow through, to endure, and to grow. You no longer question whether you are capable because you have proven it to yourself over and over again. Others also come to trust you because they see that you are reliable, steady, and committed. This trust opens doors, builds relationships, and creates opportunities that inconsistency could never bring. The foundation you build with consistency also protects you from regret. Too many people look back on their lives filled with disappointment, realizing they wasted years waiting for change instead of creating it. But when you consistently win your days, you never have to live with that kind of regret. You can look back and know that you gave your best, that you showed up, that you built something strong and lasting with the time you were given. It is important to remember that consistency is not about perfection. You will have days when you stumble, when you fall short, when things do not go as planned. But consistency is about returning again and again to the path. It is about not letting one lost day turn into a lost week, or one failure turn into a reason to quit. The true strength of consistency is not in never falling, but in always rising. That persistence is what makes your foundation unshakable. Your best life will not appear suddenly in the future. It will rise steadily from the foundation you build with your daily choices. The more consistently you win your days, the stronger your life becomes. This is how discipline becomes character, how clarity becomes vision, and how persistence becomes power. You may not always see the results immediately, but each day you win is a stone laid firmly in place, supporting everything you are building. In the end, success, fulfillment, and peace are not accidents. They are the inevitable result of consistent daily victories. When you live this way, you are not swayed by temporary emotions or distracted by fleeting desires. You are anchored, steady, unshakable, no matter what comes. You remain strong because your life is built on a foundation that cannot be moved. So, win today, then win tomorrow, and keep winning, day after day. Do not underestimate the power of consistency. The days may feel ordinary, but together they create something extraordinary. Your best life is not a dream you chase in the distance. It is a reality you build, step by step, choice by choice, victory by victory. When you win each day consistently, you create a foundation so strong that nothing in this world can take it away from you. In the end, life is not measured by the dreams you had, but by the days you lived fully. Each morning gives you a new chance, a new canvas, and a new test of who you choose to be. Success is not built in distant tomorrows, nor is it found in grand moments that happen once in a lifetime. It is built in the ordinary hours, in the discipline of your actions, in the clarity of your focus, and in the persistence of your spirit. Every small victory matters. Every step you take in the right direction counts. When you consistently choose growth over comfort, when you honor today as the most valuable gift you have, you create momentum that cannot be stopped over time. These choices become your habits. Your habits shape your character, and your character builds your destiny. The truth is simple, but powerful. Win the day, and you win your life. Do not wait for tomorrow. Do not hide behind excuses, and do not underestimate what you can achieve today. Stand tall, claim the moment, and act with purpose. If you do this again and again, you will not only build your best life, you will become unshakable, unstoppable, and free. Today is your day. Win it, and the rest will follow.